The next thing we want to do is to create our DAG where we are going to be submitting the multiple jobs in different languages. So if you want to, we're going to start with the Python, and then we move on to Scala and as well as Java. So let's proceed. So in the DAG section, just in your DAG, I'm just going to create a new file. I'm going to say Spark Airflow .py, and inside my Spark Airflow, I'm just going to delete this. In my Spark Airflow.py, I'm going to be importing the Airflow DAG. So for that to work, right now, if I do from Airflow import DAG, I'm going to be seeing an error because I haven't installed anything on my local system. If at all I've done anything on the container, so I need to do the same so I don't see all the scribbles and errors on my system. So I'll just go back to my Docker file, and I'll just copy the command in here and I'll just paste it here. Okay. So once that is done, I'll go back in here and I'll start writing my DAG. So basically, I'm going to be having my DAG. So I'm going to say DAG equals to DAG while that is running in the background. I'm going to have my DAG ID. It's going to be Sparking Flow. And the default arguments, default args, is going to be the owner is going to be Yusuf Ghanil. The start date is going to be, I'll be using inbuilt function. You can use date time or something like that, but I'll just be using the inbuilt function. Okay, dates and days ago, I'll be using one just to start from yesterday. And aside that, let's import this Airflow. So I'm going to say import Airflow. And in my schedule interval, I'm going to have daily. So it runs every day. And once this is done, the next thing we want to do is have our first DAG, which is going to be our Python job submission. Okay, so having that, I'm going to say, let me import the dummy. So I'm going to say from Airflow, the operators.python, import Python operator. Okay. So I'm going to say, to start, I'm going to have a Python operator, and it's going to have a task ID of start. The Python callable is going to be a lambda function, that does just one thing, says jobs started. Okay. Then going back in here, I'm just going to add a comma, DAG equals to DAG. So once that is done, this is going to print on the UI. By the time the job starts running, you're going to see on the UI in the logs saying job started. So the next thing we want to do is have our first job submission operator. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to say Python job. It's going to be Spark submit operator. Okay. And I'm going to have a task ID of, let's say, Python job. The connection ID is going to be, let's say, Spark con. Then our application is going to be inside our jobs, Python, and then let's say maybe word count job.py. All right. Then the DAG is going to be DAG. Good. So let's import the Spark operator. I'm just going to come in here and then import from there. So it's going to be importing from Airflow provider. By the way, this is only possible because of the installation we did. This is this Apache Airflow providers, Apache Spark. So if you want to read more, you can just go to the official documentation page and look up the Apache Spark provider module for more information. So going back, maybe sparking flow, I don't know. Yeah. Okay, and going back, we need to create our first job and then take care of this connection ID, because right now we don't have a connection ID called SparkCon, so we need to create one. Okay, so let's start with the jobs first, then we work our way up from there. So inside my jobs, I'm going to say touch jobs, and inside there I'm going to create Python, and I'm going to have word count job.py. Okay, it says there's nothing like Python. Okay, so I'm going to say cd jobs, make directory Python, and in here I can just rerun that. Yeah, I'll just go back one step and just touch. Good. And in here you can see that I have Python word count job. So opening the word count job, so this is where I'm going to be writing the word count code. So I'm going to just have my Spark submission script, which we've done in the previous video. If you check the cards above, you'll see a previous video where we dealt with this more extensively, and we even did some real-time streaming alongside. But aside from that, you can also enroll on one of my courses. It's also free on the website, so you can check the link in the description. So continuing, we are going to have from pyspark.sql import Spark session. So I'm going to have Spark. It's going to be Spark session dot builder. So I need to specify the application name and the context. Okay. So I'm going to have, let's say, Python word count. Okay. Then I'm going to say get or create. So what I want to do basically is I want to have a Spark job that basically counts the occurrence of every word in a single sentence. You can have multiple sentences and the rest, but this is just an example. So you can have a more complicated job and even a Spark stream running. What stops you from doing anything you like? So, but in this session, I'll just keep it simple. So because we are covering a large ground, so I'll keep it simple and just do a quick word count, and we continue from there. So I'm going to have a text, which is going to be text. It's going to be, let's say, hello Spark, hello Python, hello Airflow, hello Docker, and hello Yusuf. All right. Then for us to have that, I'm going to do a split. So I'm going to have spark.spark context, Spark context. Okay. Then parallelize text dot split. So I'm going to be splitting on space. Then I'm going to have word count. Okay, it's going to be words.map lambda. So I'm going to do word of word comma 1, initialize every word with 1. Then I go there and reduce by key for each word. So I'm going to have a lambda function of A and B to have A plus B. Simple stuff. Okay, yeah, no, it's a lambda, not lambda, not lambda. Okay, I think if you understand what lambda means, it's going to be funny. Okay, but this is a lambda, not lambda. Okay, so I'm going to have for WC in word counts. Okay, dot collect, because this is an RDD that has been created. I'm just going to print WC 0 and WC 1. All right, and I'm going to say spark.stop. All right. So basically, to just quickly talk through the mapping section there. So what I'm doing basically is to say, this is the text. All right. I'm splitting everything. Of course, if you understand basic Python, you know that this is going to split each of them into arrays. So we are going to have an array of hello, comma, hello, this inside a list, right? So after the splitting using the parallelize function, I'm going to be doing a mapping over this word, and each of the words will be initialized with 1. So we have LO1, LO2, LO, something like that. Everything in there. So we have LO1, Spark 1, LO1, Python 1, LO1, Airflow 1 to the end. And at the end of the day, I'll be doing a reduce by. And what reduce does is it goes through all of the list and gets the key and the value, where you can do in real time, do an addition. So basically, I'm getting the key and the value, something like key 1, value 1. Okay, and I'm adding each of these key for that particular. So if you see LO the first time, it's going to say 1. LO the second time, 1 plus 1 to 2. So something like that. So LO is going to be LO 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And each of them we have each of the occurrences. Okay. Then at the end of the day, once I have my RDD, the next thing I want to do is print them on the UI. And I just want to say each of these, I'm going to do a collection of the RDD, and I'm going to print them. So which is going to be, the word, which is the key, and the value. Okay. And at the end of the day, I stop. So let's see if we can submit this to our Spark cluster. So in our Spark Airflow in here, we already made reference to jobs, Python, and our word count job. So the next thing we want to do is set up our Spark connection. We've not done that yet, so let's do that. So on the UI, I go back into my cluster in here, my Airflow. I go back into the connection, and in my connection, I'm going to do an addition. So I'm going to go into this place and look for my Spark, and you can see my Spark in here. I'll call this Spark con, which is the connection. You can say Spark cluster UR connection details. You can call it anything you like. And coming back in here, so I'm going to go into let's say Docker compose up. So I'm going to say, where's my Spark master? This is my Spark master. So I'm going to copy this as my Spark master. And coming back in here, I'm going to have Spark master. And the port is 7077. 7077. I would really advise you don't use this IP address, because by default, Docker uses DHCP, which is the dynamic assignment of the IP address by the time you are spinning up. So the same IP address you use now may be different the next time you are initializing your Docker instance. So it is very important that you don't use the IP address, you use the container name. And how do you get the container name? You can come back in here and you'll see the Spark master container name, but it's saying Spark Airflow Spark master container name. By the way, you can also get that if you do Docker PS. You will see the Dockers that are the Docker instances that are running on your system. You can see them in here, which is the Spark Airflow Spark Master 1. Or you can also do Docker inspect to see the more properties of the instance of the Docker that has been created. Now, once that is done, I'll just come back to the UI again and save. All right. So I have my Spark con with the host, the port. I'm not encrypting anything, and I'm not doing any other extra encryption. So let's go back in here. I have my Spark Airflow, okay, which is this guy, the DAG that I have in here. And my first job, let's see if it is attached to that. So if I click on the Spark Airflow, it's going to go in there, and you can see each of the operators and the tasks that has been instantiated. You can see I have my start Python job. So I need to have an end too. So I'm going to have end. I'll just copy this and paste there, and I'm going to say end. And jobs completed successfully. All right. And at the end of the day, I'm going to have start Python job and end. This is not start, this is end. Good. So right now I can have my three instances, my three jobs and operators linked together. So I have on the UI, if I do a refresh in here, you have the start, Python job, and end. And if you look at the graph, they are connected to each other. Well, they should be connected. I think I'll just start. This is right, but for some reason, the UI is not linking them. So let's see why. If I click on this, interesting. The linking is done now. Yeah, so the first submission is going on, and let's see if everything is all good. All right, so we have a start, which is successful, but the Spark submit failed. Let's see why in the logs. It says task is not able to run. And why is that? So let's see why. And in here, okay, no job submission. So we are not able to reach the Spark master. And let's come back into our Docker Compose. What would we call the name? We call the name of our Spark master Spark master. Yep. And I think it's the naming that was wrong. So I'll just change the cluster name in here, connections, and edit this. And you have, I think maybe, yeah, Spark master. Okay, so it is done. So the reason why is because we were using the wrong cluster name. So it's supposed to be Spark master, not the full cluster name. So anyways, right now our Spark job submission is successful, and we have our first job running. So if you go into this and you go into the logs, if I click on the Python job and I go into the logs, you can see that I have Python 1, Airflow 1, Hello is 5, Spark is 1, and Yusuf is 1. Something like that works as expected. Good.